After weeks of no-shows, Kingsley Harrison is here tonight. Danny Evans has been waiting and waiting to see the man who robbed him of his heavyweight championship of further champions. Tonight, finally, these two men will meet face to face here on Pure Core Wrestling. Chris Noble with you once more from ringside, guys, where we see an epic, combustible face-off between Harrison and Evans. Two light heavyweights debuting in singles action, and the in-ring return of the seemingly new and improved Leon Jackson. And after interrupting the championship celebration on episode 11, Jackson has a chance to prove himself as #1 contender in heavyweight singles action tonight against the very capable Drake Tyler. You have to believe Rob Nazim, the champion, is going to be watching very, very closely. And as we settle into a new season of Pure, things are really starting to tension up quickly. But on the flip side, two young, prosperous light heavyweights who we've highlighted in the past 2 weeks are set to debut in a matchup that really should interest a lot of people. Let's get ready for it. This young man with a Brazilian bloodline claimed to be the strongest man in this often fast-paced division. A unique factor, a dynamic addition potentially for the light heavyweight division in Rio Essien. He seems confident, he seems a proud young man. Following last week's championship matchup between Adam Flair and Scotty Davis, all eyes are now going to be on that new talent to see potentially who's going to slot into the role and who's going to slot into the role of the new #1 contender. A massive opportunity for Rio Essien tonight. Go from talking about proud and traditional in a sense to the very vibrant, cocky Alex Shane, claiming that this division will be all about him, the complete package. I mean, there doesn't seem to be a heap of Alex Shane fans here tonight, but I guess when you love yourself as much as this man seems to, it doesn't really matter. But not to jump to conclusions or to judge any of these guys based on what we've already seen. It's all about what happens in that ring tonight. Rio Essien and Alex Shane, two very bright young additions this season. And tonight is their night. Bell rings. Rio Essien, Alex Shane. Both men at the bottom of the barrel, looking to move up the ranking in the light heavyweight division. This is their night, this is their debut. People are going to remember this if they put on a good show tonight. Headlock by Alex Shane, the young man in black and green tights. Rio Essien in yellow, the young Brazilian, as Alex Shane drives an elbow right to the point of the head of Rio Essien there. And Rio Essien, we talked about this earlier on, with the strength and power for a man 218 pounds. And guys, we hope you can check out our brand new Facebook page. It's new, completely separate from our previous Facebook page. Facebook.com/PureCore is the place to be. We really hope you can support Pure and join us. It's important to all the team here. Latest news, breaking information, videos, fan giveaways. Also, you guys can have your say on the future of Pure, and you can do it all at Facebook.com/PureCore. Make sure you guys join our Facebook page as Rio Essien sent to the outside here. Keep your eye on Alex Shane up on the top rope, taking out Rio Essien, and that's what the light heavyweight division is all about. You guys can see it right here on YouTube, and you can see even more of it on our brand new Facebook page. Alex Shane taking to the skies, wiping out Rio Essien there. Back in the ring now. Alex Shane on top rope, crossbody, but Rio Essien saw it coming, scouted it, missed it. And Alex Shane favoring his midsection there. That was a tough landing. Backbreaker, stiff one from Essien. Two very different styles, two very different attitudes in these young men. Rio Essien, I'm liking his intensities. Wait a minute, but Alex Shane had it countered there. Right hand to the head. Striking game from Shane. Solid neck breaker, center of the ring, followed by a pinfall. 2 count, just the 2 there for Shane. Alex Shane off the ropes. Oh, lightning quick from Essien, along with that strength as well. Power slam. The striking game continues. Big drop kick. Alex Shane sent stiffly into the corner. They caught his arm there. This is what I love about the light heavyweight division. On the tippy top rope now. What's this going to be? Top rope superplex. Stiff landing from Alex Shane. That's probably going to do it. 2 count. Just a 2 for Rio Essien. Surprising as that was. To recap it, talk about the strength and power of this man, and you saw the intensity in that. Alex Shane's back of his head and his back bouncing right off the canvas. What I love it. Pure core wrestling light heavyweight division. Never going to see this anywhere else. Oh, insecurity lightning quick from Alex Shane. He claimed to be the total package. Here's his chance to prove it. Caught it. Beautiful leg sweep there. Russian leg sweep from Alex Shane. He said he was cocky. This matchup rolls on. Referee watching on now as Alex Shane. He's trying to steal the show. Floats over and a back suplex. Alex Shane now, he's calling Rio Essien to get to his feet here. Could be zoning in on something big here. What's it going to be? Going for a cutter. He countered it. Strength of Essien. Quickly back up to his feet. Wait a minute. Got him hooked. Oh, and a fisherman buster. Driving the top of Alex Shane's head right down into the ground. And Alex Shane, he's flat out on the mat. Dragging Alex Shane to the center of the ring. And Rio Essien, he has this one. Rio Essien zoning in on a big win here. Hold on a second. What the hell is that? Referee intervening. So young woman just jumped on the apron here and seems to be shouting something at the referee or Essien, and the referee asking him to leave. This is seen anything like this before. Wait a minute, from behind, Alex Shane got the roll up. Essien was distracted on the outside. Oh, and the 3 count out of nowhere. That distraction, that slight distraction, has just cost Rio Essien a victory, and Alex Shane heading straight to the outside, and Rio Essien, he ain't got a clue what happened. All he knows is that distraction cost him the match. And who is this young woman? I mean, she's just earned a massive victory for Alex Shane in his debut tonight and cost Rio Essien big time. It's looking like a great light heavyweight matchup, but right at the very end, this young woman caused some sort of distraction here. A cutter counter to an explosive fisherman buster from Essien. That was definitely going to do the job. This distraction on the apron. Who is this young woman? I don't know, but it caused enough of a distraction. Rio Essien's shoulders to be counted to the mat for 3 count. Alex Shane with a massive debut victory here on Pure. Essien not happy. Potentially a new power couple here in Pure Core Wrestling. Wow. I mean, an interesting development, no doubt, in the light heavyweight division. I mean, I'm still not quite sure what exactly happened there, guys. But I do know this. Up next, Leon Jackson battles Drake Tyler in singles action. Jackson's first appearance since bringing Rob Nazim's historical title celebration to a crashing halt on episode 11. I mean, Jackson, you saw it yourselves. He looks physically better, but will that translate inside the ring tonight against an often very physical and very stiff opponent in Drake Tyler? At the conclusion of tonight's show, our brand new Facebook page will officially announce the date for Jackson and Nazim's title matchup, but you have to believe tonight Nazim is going to be watching this one. He's got a close eye on things in Leon Jackson's first matchup. Our brand new Facebook page, guys, facebook.com/purecore. It's brand new. We hope you join it and support Pure, and we will announce the heavyweight championship date later on tonight as we get set for a very physical heavyweight singles contest. The Enforcer, Drake Tyler, took the fight to Danny Evans on episode 11, but came up a little bit short. Tyler's made it clear though that he's not a wrestler, he's a fighter and he's here to punish people. But that really needs to turn into some victories though very soon for Tyler to make him remain credible. But he faces a very motivated Leon Jackson tonight, the #1 contender. Jackson really out to prove something, prove he's ready for his championship matchup against Rob Nazim. Tonight's heavyweight main event certainly going to be interesting. He looks ready, he looks much more ready than he has done previously, and he looks more intimidating as a competitor as well since season 1. You have to know that Leon Jackson was first in line, he earned that at Birth of Champions, and he spent the whole off-season preparing, getting himself into fantastic shape and ready for the challenges of season 2. Like I said, guys, it's going to be announced on our brand new Facebook page, facebook.com/purecore later tonight, so head on over and like our page. when that time comes for Jackson's title shot. He really seems ready for it. Huge main event tonight, Jackson and Tyler. Two very hard-hitting heavyweights. Singles action tonight on episode 13 of Pure Core Wrestling. Striking game, I talked about it with Tyler. He's a fighter, he's a brawler, the former Las Vegas bodyguard. And look at the strength, 280 pounds. Tyler just explode a suplex. Jackson throwing him right over his head, and Jackson making it clear from the off. He's ready, he's hungry, and he wants Nazim, he wants the heavyweight championship of the world. He's got Tyler in the corner. Driving his knee off the skull, and as prepared as you are, something like that's going to do a lot of damage. Drake Tyler now, back suplex to Leon Jackson. Stiff right hands, and this is what we talked about against Drake Tyler. It may have come up short against Danny Evans, but for the majority of the matchup, he punished his opponent. And in the early moments of this matchup, Leon Jackson getting a taste of that punishment. Working over the arm now of Leon Jackson. Jackson may need that for submissions later on in this matchup. Stiff neck breaker as well from Tyler. Drake Tyler certainly seems more improved this season as he did last season. Drop kick from Leon Jackson sends Tyler down. Snap suplex as well there. Jackson staying on the offense. Overhead German, he flipped the big man. Follows it up with a spear. Clothesline. Tyler back up in that signature Leon Jackson backbreaker. What a combination there from the #1 contender. And Drake Tyler feeling it. Cover. 2 count. Only 2 there. Leon Jackson, he looked ready. I've said it time and time again, but look at this. Overhead suplex, 280 pounds. And that signature, very effective backbreaker from Leon Jackson. Jackson, I talked about it earlier, and we saw it in season 1. Jackson was one of the very few men that incorporated submissions into his offense. And look at this now, just wrenching the shoulder from its socket of Drake Tyler. What a submission here, center of the ring. Referee in prime position for this. Leon Jackson, he could put this match to rest very, very soon. The grip is locked. Drake Tyler's going to have to do something special to get at this. Luckily, he's a strong, strong man. Powers out of it. Face. For a second time, the knee and then the back suplex. Worked the first time, works the second time. Double axe handle. Coming out from Tyler, he wants to put this one away. Just a 2 on that exchange there. Referee saying no. Drake Tyler is so strong. He's standing over the #1 contender, and a victory here tonight for Drake Tyler, perhaps in the eyes of many, would put him in line for a title shot of his own. Jackson caught him though, inside cradle, 2 count. Only a 2 there. Jackson back up now. He's got the arms hooked. They're going to go backbreaker, and he is on the big man. Holding the lower back. Leon Jackson off the ropes. Luther's press now and just pounding away on the head of Drake Tyler. Leon Jackson's looking game. He's waiting for him. He's waiting for the big man to fall into his clasp. What's going to happen? Drake Tyler pushes him away. Caught Jackson, drives his head down onto the back of the knee. Signature maneuver there from Drake Tyler. And Drake Tyler right now could have Leon Jackson where he wants him. And the submission tables have turned. So the upper back of Leon Jackson getting worked over by the big man here. Jackson not in a place where he wants to be. It's going to be announced on our Facebook page, guys. Who knows when it will be? Very, very soon. We'll find out on our Facebook page. But Leon Jackson does not want to be going into that title matchup with an injury. Drake Tyler would love nothing more to punish Jackson here tonight. But Jackson's got strength of his own. Floats him over. Both men back now, center of the ring. Look at the strength and power. Driving him down, sidewalk slam. Jackson now, look at this choke. He's got the arm and the neck, and look at this. This is going to do damage. He worked on that shoulder earlier. Referee in perfect position. He's got his eyes right on Drake Tyler, and Leon Jackson now. Drake Tyler in severe trouble. This one could be over. This is the new and improved Leon Jackson. He was all talking about referee's got his eyes on Tyler. Drake Tyler in serious, serious trouble here. Jackson could have it. Oh God! Rob Nazim just ran past on the outside and just caught Leon Jackson in the head with a championship. Leon Jackson could have had Drake Tyler beat there, and Rob Nazim, out of the referee's view, the referee was focusing on Drake Tyler. He just caught Leon Jackson right in the head with the title, and look at this. Jackson, he can barely stand. The referee didn't see it. Nazim's hiding on the outside. Look at this. Drake Tyler got a dazed Jackson. Oh, and he drops him down. House of Pain. The cover, the #1 contenders in the ring. And Drake Tyler's won this matchup thanks to Rob Nazim. Out of nowhere, Jackson had the submission won, the submission victory. And he's just cost Leon Jackson a matchup tonight. Unbelievable. Let's recap it, guys. A shocking end to what was a great heavyweight matchup, where we saw what the new and improved Leon Jackson was all about. Overhead suplex, spears, signature backbreaker followed. Drake Tyler looked impressive in his own right, but as the matchup progressed, that submission, that choke, was enough. The referee firmly looking at Drake Tyler. Rob Nazim snuck in from the outside, took the title right to the head. Jackson was stunned, he didn't see it coming, no protection, and a House of Pain finisher. And Drake Tyler did exactly that. He finished the job. Jackson is still down on the mat. Rob Nazim is getting in the ring, and look at this, Drake Tyler celebrating like he's just won the Champions League. Unbelievable. A victory for Tyler nonetheless. And Rob Nazim now, he's out to get that revenge on Leon Jackson. Shot to the head. Disgusting display from the champion. But Jackson, he's not saying today. And look at this, Leon Jackson taking the fight once more to the heavyweight champion. And Nazim sent out of the ring. For the second time that these two men have met. Granted, Rob Nazim has cost Leon Jackson the matchup tonight, but he left something behind. The next time these two men face off, it will be for the heavyweight championship of the world, and Leon Jackson, he's got Rob Nazim's number. Unbelievable, guys, but since the inception of Pure, these two men have took an instant dislike to one another. The reason for Kingsley Harrison's attack at Birth of Champions still remains a mystery to some extent, but in a matter of moments, these two men will finally face off since that night. Leon Jackson once more getting the better of Rob Nazim, despite being cost that match with Drake Tyler. Unbelievable turn of events, but the time for the face-off, Kingsley Harrison and Danny Evans, is upon us. No flashy entrance needed. Danny Evans is here simply to fight tonight. Harrison not able to no-show. He's in the building. We have that confirmed. And these two men will face off. But who knows what is going to happen? This is going to be explosive. Ramp. Harrison signaling that championship. The championship being robbed. Danny Evans, security stepping in here, guys. We said it'd be explosive, and here we go. Harrison calling for Evans on the ramp. Security trying to intervene, but Danny Evans has waited weeks for this. He's waited months. And more security, more officials coming out to separate these two men. What a chaotic situation this is going to be. We've waited weeks for this. Right hand, Danny Evans takes it to Harrison. And a second one. Danny Evans has waited so long for this, but Harrison coming right back. The officials trying to step in. I've never seen anything like this on Pure. Right hand, Danny Evans. This is unbelievable, guys.